Yeah, I know. Wyatt, you said the Bears were gonna lose 62-0 on Monday Night Football. People make mistakes. Anyway, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Happy Tuesday, and welcome back to another Against the World. For those who are new to these videos, basically what an Against the World is when I take an NFL player and I put them on a tier list, and then I go through every starting player of that position and I say if I would take them over or under the star player. Can't tell by the title of the video, today's star player is none other than Deshaun Watson. Now, I do want to point out we're not here to make fun of him. We're not here to talk about his, charges that he battled or whatever over the last 2 years. We're simply looking at him as a quarterback because he was a tremendous quarterback. He probably still is. But we don't know that. And yeah, I know I call him bad on the quarterly quarterback review, but that was more so just a joke because he hasn't played. So before we get into the video, as always, we got a couple of quick plugs. One, head over to gfuel.com, use code WyattzWorld, save yourself a discount on any G Fuel products. And two, if you're 18 years or older, you can head over to Prize Picks, the daily fantasy app, where code WyattzWorld will match up to $100 of your first deposit. If you guys didn't know, seriously, they have everything. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey, WNBA, UFC, boxing. If you can name it, they probably have it, but always play responsibly, and let's get into the video. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the almighty list, and it could not be more basic. We got Deshaun in the middle, we got above Deshaun, and we got below Deshaun. However, those who have watched these videos know that before I begin, I just like to go and kind of recap the player's career. Just for those who are unfamiliar, so they can kind of have an understanding how good or not good they actually are. Alright, so here is Deshaun Watson, the star of the video. Obviously, he hasn't played football in like 2 years, but as a Houston Texan, because that's where all of his starts came from, he is 28-25, completing 67% of his passes. He's thrown for 14,539 yards, 104 touchdowns, and only 36 picks. If we go look at his year-by-year stats, aside from his rookie year where he obviously didn't play the whole time, he's been very consistent, and he's been very consistently good. Even more impressive in 2020 when he had like nobody because they got rid of D-Hop. He threw for the most yards he ever has with 4,823, and don't quote me on this, but I'm fairly certain he led the league in passing. Also, for what it's worth, he's made the Pro Bowl 3 of the 4 years he's played. Alright, so starting off, we have Lamar Jackson. I'm taking Lamar over Deshaun. Pretty obvious one. Lamar's been outstanding ever since he's entered the league. Might not be as good of a passer as Deshaun Watson, but I would have to be coming up with some pretty insane theories if I were to try and take Watson over Lamar right now. Next up, we got Mac Jones. I would not take him over Watson. Maybe going into this year, you could have convinced me to do it, but after we've seen Mac play this year, doesn't look good at all. Up next, we got Kirk. Ooh, yeah, I probably would. I'm not saying Kirk is better than Deshaun, but I think it's kind of a risk if I were to take Deshaun over a guy who I, know is a decent quarterback. I know Deshaun was an elite quarterback, but that was 2 years ago. It'd be a high-risk, high-reward situation versus a low-risk, high-reward situation. Kirk's also cranking it up. Kirktober, baby. It gets him every time. Moving on, we got Davis Mills. No. Moving on, we got Joshie Allen, of course. Not even a question. Come on. We just had that talk yesterday. Him and Mahomes, I think, are the best in the league. There's nobody you're going to take over him. Moving on, we got Jalen Hurts. Ooh, man. I don't know. We're going to do that one later. Moving on, we got Joe Burrow. I'm taking him over Watson. What did you just watch on Sunday? Dude is a god. He has a little bit of Tom Brady in him in the sense that those games where he gets cooking, there's no stopping him, and there's nothing the defenders can do about it. Speaking of terrific quarterbacks, we got another one, Justin Herbert. Obviously taking him over Watson as well. He's a dog. To kind of compare him with Joe Burrow, because that is the big argument. Obviously, I've stated I would always take Joe over Justin, but that's a preference. The only reason right now this year, and I can even say this as a diehard Burrow fan, that Herbert has less touchdowns than him is because Brandon Staley is just not it right now. That and Austin Eckler seems to score a touchdown every single game, much more than Joe Mixon scoring in Cincinnati, but I think the Chargers probably are going to start thinking about getting a new coach, because not only should you be winning more, but you should be scoring a lot more through the air with a team and an offense like that. Injury or no injury. Moving on, we got Russ. Christ almighty. I think judging off of what I have seen from Russ right now, I would have to take my chance with Watson. Next up, we got Marcus Mariota. That's not even close, honestly. Go look in the mirror. I'd take you over Marcus Mariota. Moving on, we got Kenny Pickett. I would definitely take Watson, dude. He has... Feel bad for the guy, kind of, but he has not been doing that good. Like I said, he's a flamethrower, and I love that aspect of him, but you gotta start getting some touchdowns, my man. Next up, we got Patty Mahomes, obviously taking him over Watson. Following Patty the Batty, we got Tom. Yeah, I'd probably still take Tom over Deshaun. He's not been that good this year, but as you guys can see, it's not really his fault. So I shouldn't say I'd probably take him over Deshaun. I still absolutely would. Tom's still great. Next up, we got Dak. Yeah, I'm taking him over Watson. Dak's really unnecessarily hated, man. Why are people acting like he did bad on Sunday? What? I'm sorry he didn't throw 500 fucking yards. 207 yards, a touchdown, 0 turnovers, and a win? That seems to be pretty damn good if you're asking me. Next up, we got Matt Ryan. No, go get your dog, have him look in the mirror. I would rather have your dog than Matt Ryan. Moving on, we got Trevor. I think I would. I'd take the chance. I think he's gonna be actually really, really good. Yeah, I know Sunday wasn't his best game, but guys, look at this year and look at last year. Night and day, man. He made a Josh Allen jump. Moving on, we got Ryan Tannehill. No. Moving on, we got Heineke. You can say Carson Wentz. Both of them are going to get the same answer. No. Do I have to explain anything? Is there anybody out there who would take Taylor Heineke or Carson Wentz over Deshaun Watson? I didn't think so. Up next, we got Kyler Murray. Oh, fucking hell. No, I know there's a good argument that he's better than Deshaun Watson, but I don't want him on my team. I think he's extremely overrated, and his constant body language of a 6-year-old boy who doesn't get the toy he wants at the store is annoying. Fuck him, I don't want him. Moving on, we got Zach Wilson. No. Are people not seeing it? The team is so much better, and he is still just as ass as he was. Like, I just don't think he's gonna be good. Up next, we got Gino. God. No. I mean, what? I think this is an outlier year in his career is what I'm saying. Glad he's doing good right now, but going forward, I would not take him. Up next, we got Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Like, people don't understand. He's not doing bad. The Packers are. He's doing good. Moving on, we got Derek Carr. God damn. I think Deshaun Watson is better than Derek Carr talent-wise. Well, at least he was when he played, but much like I said about Kirk, you know, I'm going forward into next season and I need to pick one of these two guys up. One's a safe play with a safe reward. One's a high risk with a high reward. I think I would play it safe and just take Carr. Following him, we've got Justin Fields. No, and there's something that's starting to bug me with Justin Fields. Every week, it's looking like the same thing. At the beginning of the game, he'll make this drive that everyone's like, holy shit, he's here. Everyone will start tweeting. They'll get in the group chats like, damn, he's going off. And then by the end of the game, it's the same old bustin' Leals. Moving on, we got Jared Goff. Oh, okay, for one, why does he look like the fucking nun in this picture? Probably not, but I do like Jared Goff. I think that he's right under Kirk and Carr. You know, he's a pretty safe reward. He had a bad week. He was playing Dallas. Fuck off. He's a pretty safe reward. He's having a decent year, but his ceiling is, you know, it's not very high. Moving on, we got Tua. Without seeing Watson play, you know, in so long, and Tua this year, well, Tua just, you know, him growing over the years, I would take Tua. I just hope he stops leading with his head, dude. That guy is gonna die. Moving on, we got Matt Stafford. Nah, I'm out. That's it. I'm out. Out. O-U-T. I don't like Matt Stafford this year. I don't really like him as a quarterback anymore. I like him as a person. Fantastic guy. Happy he won a ring. Think he's kind of cooked. Moving on, we got Jalen Hurts. Again. Gah. I'm taking my boy. Next up, we got Danny Dimes. No, but like he's not doing bad at all. We talked about that yesterday. Like he's doing very good right now. I just have yet to see something from Danny other than his use of his legs that wows me enough to want to take him over someone like Deshaun Watson. Next up, we got either Trey or Jimmy. Same answer for both. Jimmy's safe. Trey is a high risk, high reward, especially with his ankle injury. Like, he's still a big question mark, man. You don't know. Back on Jimmy, like I said, he's safe, but he ain't gonna give you the spark Watson can potentially bring to your offense. Next, we got Baker, Sam, or PJ. No, no, and no. And lastly, we've got Jameis or Andy. No and no. Is there anybody who would take either of them over Deshaun? I didn't think so. All right, so that is Deshaun Watson versus the world, and according to me, actually sitting down and giving it an effort, he is the 14th ranked quarterback in the NFL. I think that's honestly really realistic. Anyway, guys, that is going to be all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you already know what to do. Comment, like, subscribe, turn that bell on. I do my absolute best to post on this channel every single day. With everything I just said, I'm going to hop off and get this edited so you can all watch it on time. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday, and as always, I will see you in the next video.